Hello Skoolknit viewers, I hope you're all doing well. So this is a flashback clipping of the Momo series in which I had taken like 250 grams of chicken with bones and 250 grams of boneless chicken to make 5 varieties of momos. I had actually made like 5 different fillings, so you can check out those videos. So the video links of those recipes are going to come up in the later part of the video. You can check them out on the right corner of your screen. So what's today's recipe? It's Chettinad Chinese Momos. So let's get started with the video. What do we need? First is chicken. I've taken 100 grams of chicken. I made this for about 2 to 3 people. So this amount would be enough. Next, I'm going to take 1 teaspoon of ginger garlic paste. I'm adding these to a pressure cooker. I have 1 teaspoon each of garam masala, salt, turmeric powder and paprika or red chili powder. I have added all these to the chicken and I'm not going to marinate these, just put them into the pressure cooker and fill the water till it immerses the chicken. Give it a slight mix and pressure cook this chicken for 2 to 3 whistles. Adjust the amount of salt as per your taste. Now let's check out how the chicken is. Here we go. So here's the chicken, all reddish. Now I'm transferring these chicken pieces into a plate. Now I will keep this broth for some other curry or the soup, just like I did for fusion momos. You want to check out fusion momos. There's a link coming up right there on top right corner of your screen. So I'm going to shred this chicken with the help of fork. So do not throw this broth because it can come in handy for your curries, soups, gravies or even sabzis. If you add it, it is going to give you that non-veg flavor. So do not throw this, keep it for some other purpose. Here for the masala, I have taken 2 medium-sized onions finely chopped, 2 small-sized tomatoes or 1 large-sized tomato finely chopped, some curry leaves, some coriander leaves finely chopped, the shredded chicken, then 1 teaspoon of ginger garlic paste, 1 teaspoon of coriander powder, 1 teaspoon of paprika or red chili powder, half teaspoon of turmeric powder, 1 teaspoon of pepper, you can add more of it, and a pinch of garam masala again, and some cumin powder, 1 teaspoon or half teaspoon as per your taste. So to a pan, I'm gonna add oil, 1 tablespoon of oil, that would do, and I'm adding coconut oil here because this recipe, this filling actually is called pichipota koli varval or pichipota koli, or chicken. So to this oil I added some curry leaves and then I'm adding all the onions that I have, the finely chopped onions. Fry these onions for about 3 to 4 minutes on medium to high flame because they need to turn golden brown. That's what is important because the raw smell has to go away. Now I'm adding that 1 teaspoon of ginger garlic paste because we already added ginger garlic paste to chicken. It's enough for this amount of onion, 1 teaspoon of ginger garlic paste. And then now I fried those onions well. I'm adding the tomatoes which were finely chopped. I took about 2 small sized tomatoes. You can add 1 big sized tomato as well. Depends on the quantity of chicken that you take. So fry them until they turn mushy and the oil should separate from the masala. And then now I'm going to add some salt. You have to adjust the salt as per your taste. Of course, we all take moderate amount of salt, so please adjust it accordingly. Now again, give it a mix and fry until the oil separates. Now let's add some spices to the masala. First goes half teaspoon turmeric, half teaspoon garam masala, 1 teaspoon paprika powder or red chili powder, 1 teaspoon of coriander powder, half teaspoon of cumin powder. So I'm going to give it a nice mix because that's what we want. We have to fry this for about 1 minute on high flame. Let the masalas get mixed up well. Now it's time to add 2 teaspoons of pepper powder. So this is going to be the dominant flavor in this pichipota koli varuval or pichipota koli. Frying the masala with pepper powder for half a minute, I added 1/4 cup of water and I'm going to cook this for at least 4 to 5 minutes so that all the water gets absorbed in the masala and all the spices too get absorbed. Now it's time for us to add the shredded chicken. So once we add this, we have to give it a very nice mix. I'm To cook this chicken for 4 to 5 minutes at least, because the chicken has to absorb this masala. Of course, the chicken was cooked in some spices, but again, with onions and tomatoes, it's gonna taste different. That's the reason we have to give it a nice mix and cook well. If you find any big chunks of chicken, just shred them at this point. Also, you can skip tomatoes and add a little more pepper, and that's gonna give you the dry pichipota. So you just try that out, because that's also a very good starter. So here it is, ready to serve. You can add more pepper if you want to. You can serve this with roti, chapati, or even with sambar rice and all that. So this is an amazing starter. You must try this. You can serve it as such or do what I did. So let's get into the momos part. For the momos dough, I have taken 1.5 cup of maida and half cup of wheat flour. If you want to make it more healthy, then you can just go with wheat flour. I've taken some 1 teaspoon of salt and 1 teaspoon of sugar. What happens with the floured momos is that you don't get that color that that looks appetizing. So that's the only drawback, but it is healthy. So I gave a slight mix to the sugar and the salt. Now I'm adding 1 teaspoon of vinegar. So vinegar helps in binding the gluten, and this is what is very important in this step. Now I'm adding some water and I'm gonna knead the dough just as you knead the chapati dough. The thing that's very important is that you have to work on this dough at least for 15 to 20 minutes after kneading it. So just work on it, and give it the resting time of about 15 to 20 minutes again. So here I am working on the dough. I have not shown you the entire part, but in the first momos video, which is the traditional momos, I have shown the full video. So do check that out. After kneading the dough, I added 1 teaspoon of olive oil. We can use normal vegetable oil as well, and start working on the dough. So keep working on it until you get the dough really soft, and then, as I said, keep it for 15 to 20 minutes. One more tip: when you have leftover chicken from gravies or curries, do try this pichipota kori varuval recipe and you will love it for sure. So here's our dough ready, and so I made tiny balls out of this dough and rolled them into circle shapes, added the filling of chicken and gave them any shape that I liked. So this is my favorite shape because it takes in a lot of filling. And so here's the Tupperware steam it that I have. A video of Tupperware steam it as well on Skoolknit, so do check that out as well. I have placed some cabbage leaves and I'm gonna place these momos here. Why cabbage leaves? Because your momos won't stick. Anyways, it won't stick to the bottom of Tupperware steam it, but still it'll become soggy. That's the reason we have to place some cabbage leaves. Here I used the toothpick to check if I cooked the momos for 25 minutes on high flame and then again for 5 minutes on medium flame. Now the momos are ready. You can start plating them. So here's the momo chutney that I made. I will definitely give the recipe of this chutney, and I tried one easy dip as well, which again I will share it with you all. It's pretty easy, so do check that out as well. The like button if you really enjoyed this video, and do let us know if you are trying out our recipes and how are they in the comment section. And please do share these recipes with your friends, something different, something that's homemade. So here's our momo. It was really hot, so here's the hot and yummy momos just for you on Skoolknit. Please do subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and support us on Instagram and Facebook as well. Until I meet you in the next video, you guys take care, stay safe and stay happy. Bye.